Hi everyone, we are excited to have you here in today's fun-filled learning session at Uolo. Here is a quick look at how you can submit your work after the class. As a first step, go to live.uolo.com. You can use any browser to access this site. On this page, you will see a list of all our classes. Scroll down and you can see the Submit Your Work button. And then you will see a list of the classes that you've last attended, which could, for example, show the dance or craft or science experiment classes you've attended recently. Next, it will show you the list of children whose names are registered in this mobile number. Choose your name from this list to submit your work. For instance, if you are Satvik Kumar, choose that name. And then choose the class for which you would like to make your submission. For example, if you've attended the New Year's Masquerade Party session and you'd like to make the submission for this class, click on the Submit Your Work button below that. And then upload the photo you've taken. Choose the image from your phone and click Submit. You can scroll down and view all your past submissions and see how many of your friends or peers have liked your work. You can also see others' work and like their work to inspire your friends. If you want to showcase your work on social media, that too is very simple. Click on Share, copy the link and post it on Instagram or Facebook or any other platform of your choice. Just a tiny reminder, your submission looks a lot better if you could click a photo in the landscape mode rather than the portrait mode. Do not forget to tag us at YOLO_app. I'm eagerly looking forward to all your submissions right after this class.
Hi guys, hello everybody. So happy to see all my talented bunch of kids here in this new course. So I'm really happy to see all of y'all, and I want all of y'all to give me a big beautiful smile now as well, because I am really happy to see y'all in this new course. So let's begin this course with a big beautiful smile. So yes, I now see some big smiling faces on my screen. Awesome. So we just shared the submission process with you all. So that is so that you don't get stuck at any point while making your submission. In case you've joined in late and missed on to that video, don't worry. Just make sure that you watch that video towards the end of this class. Okay. So the same video will be repeated especially for you so that you don't get stuck at any point in making your submission while making your submission. So that was one important part. Now we have a new course today, and I see good number of people joining in now. So this course is about the world of word illustration. It is nothing but the world of word illustration. So do you remember the previous course of hand lettering, the art of drawing alphabets? Did you attend that previous course? That was all about hand lettering. And in that course, we also learned few of the word illustration. Okay, so this particular course is going to focus just on that aspect, the word illustration part of hand lettering, because in the previous course of hand lettering, we gave you just an idea about what hand lettering is. This class is going to be a little advanced for all of you all because you have already mastered the technique of hand lettering. So I thought, why not introduce you all to the advanced techniques of hand lettering and focus a little more on word illustration. Okay, so word illustration. What is word illustration? Okay, so let me quickly give you a good brief about word illustration. Word illustration is nothing but illustrating a particular word in a way that we are also able to reflect its meaning. Okay, just repeating it for you all. word illustration is nothing but illustrating a particular word in a way that that illustration is able to reflect the true meaning of that word. So that is what word illustration means. In case you still didn't understand what am I talking about, don't worry. Once we jump into the class and create one of those illustrations, you will automatically get an instant idea about what word illustration is. But I'm sure if you have attended the previous class of hand lettering, the previous course of hand lettering, you must be knowing, you must be aware about this concept. And for everybody who's new here, hello, welcome to the new course of World of Word Illustration. My name is Niharika and I'm going to conduct this entire course especially for you creative bunch of people. Okay, so I think it's already the time now and we have a good number of people who have already joined in. So quickly give me a thumbs up in the chat section that you're ready with your art materials and you're ready for the class to begin. So we are all masters at our basics. It's time to move a step ahead and learn the advanced techniques now. So quickly give me a thumbs up. I need thumbs up from all my talented kids, all my masters over here, to give me a quick thumbs up in the chat section that you're ready for the class to begin, you're ready with the art materials, and then quickly share the screen and then we can just get started. Okay, so quickly give me a thumbs up now. I see some thumbs coming in, but these are really less. Come on, everybody who's attending the class, I need thumbs up in the chat section that you're ready with your art supplies. Come on. Awesome. I now see coming in, some more thumbs up coming in. Let us quickly get started. I've just shared the screen. I hope you are able to see the screen as well. So, as you all know, I discussed the art materials and the substitutes of these art materials very much in detail. So you need not worry. We already provide a list of art materials, but I always focus on giving you a good amount of substitute for each of these art materials as well. So there should be no excuses about not attending this class simply because you don't have a particular art material. Okay, so let us first get into understanding the art materials that we need in today's class. Awesome. So let's get started. So first art material that we need is an A5 size white drawing sheet. The size is A5. The half of A4 is A5. In case you have a sheet which is smaller than A5, it's fine, but just make sure that everything that you draw is smaller in size as well, which fits onto that piece of paper. In case you're not having white sheet of paper, you're having any other colored sheet of paper, that's fine as well. If you're having a sketchbook, it's fine. If you're having a drawing book, it's fine. If you're not having any of these, I'm sure you must be having a notebook. You can just simply draw the same illustration in your notebooks as well. Or you can just take a sheet from your notebook and use the same for this class. Okay, so the first basic art material was this white sheet of paper. In case you don't have the white sheet of paper, you can also use any other colored sheet or any notebook paper. The second art material that we need is here a pencil. So this is a nicely sharpened pencil. The pencil is important for creating a rough sketch. Make sure you have a pencil with you. The second material was pencil. The third, we need an eraser itself. So a pencil and an eraser are must for creating some rough sketches. Eraser is important because in case you end up making some mistake in the rough sketch itself, it would be easy for you to erase those mistakes and redraw it. Okay, so eraser was the next one. The fourth that we need now is a paint brush. I have a round brush over here. In case you're not having a round brush, you can also use a flat brush. The size of the brush here is number 2 or 3. Any of these would work. In case you're having a larger brush, that's fine as well. So we just need a paint brush so that we can add colors with the paint to the illustration. Okay. The fifth that we need is the water container. Since I'm using paints, I'm using watercolors. These are the two most important art material of having a paintbrush and a water container. And the last, of course, are these watercolors. Now, for anybody who is not having watercolors, you can use any paints that is available. In case you're using paints, in case you're using watercolors, in case you're using poster colors, make sure that you have a paint brush and a water container with you. In case you're not having paint, you can use crayons, you can use oil pastels, you can use color pencils, you can use any of these plastic crayons or wax crayons as well. So I am going to use these watercolors. What you can do is, while I'm using watercolors, if you are using crayons, you can use the same shade and go ahead with the technique. Okay, so that is a substitute for watercolors in this class. You can use any medium to add colors to your illustration. Okay, so I've pretty much discussed the art materials in detail because I don't want any of y'all to miss this class, which is going to be a little advanced but easy and will make you even better at this art of hand lettering. Okay, so now that I've discussed all the art materials, it's time to get started with the illustration. All right, so that's all that we need in today's class. Let's get started. I'm just keeping these paints and the brushes and the water container aside because the first important part is to create a rough sketch. So now I'm just rotating the sheet in a landscape mode. Landscape mode is nothing but in sleeping manner. The sheet should be in horizontal manner. It should be placed horizontally in front of you. So it should be in the landscape mode and not in the portrait mode. Okay, so first all of y'all rotate your sheets and have it in horizontal way in front of you. Have it in landscape way in front of you. Okay, so once done, now it's time to begin. Just start by creating a rough horizontal line at the bottom of the sheet. So it need not be perfect in any manner. If you see for the line that I have created, even these are not perfect, but just a guideline is what we need. So start by creating a rough horizontal line at the bottom of the sheet. Okay, so I'm quickly repeating it for you. Start by creating a horizontal line, a rough horizontal line at the bottom of the sheet. Now we're going to create a diagonal line. Okay, just carefully observe where I'm placing the pencil. I place it at a little gap from this horizontal line. I leave a little bit of gap from this horizontal line and I'm placing the pencil at this area after leaving a little amount of gap from the horizontal line. And then we are going to draw a diagonal line. Carefully observe how I draw a diagonal line. And again, you need not be perfect here. You need not use scale or anything. Just freehand create a horizontal line and a diagonal line. I'm quickly repeating the diagonal line portion for you. So I've created a horizontal line. I'm leaving a little bit of gap and then drawing a diagonal line now. So I've just drawn this diagonal line. And now these are the two lines that we've created as a guideline. These are of no use once we are done with the illustration. So it's fine if these are not perfect. Now, whatever we write, whatever we create will stay within these two lines only. Okay, so let us begin with the word illustration now. So start from the first part of it, the section where there is a least gap, and I'm going to write the alphabet G, and I'm giving a double outline. So first I draw a C with the double outline and I draw a curved edge over here and then extend it to make a G. So that's the first alphabet that I've created. It's G. I'm not going to tell you the word right now because you would automatically get to know about it when we reach to the last alphabet. So start by the word G, the alphabet G. And I'm giving a double outline as I said. And if you see, the G is within these two lines only. It is within the diagonal and the horizontal line only. Okay, so that's the first alphabet, G. Now we are moving to the next alphabet, which is R. So again, if you see, that alphabet is within these two lines only. And I'm also giving them a double outline. Okay. Awesome. So I'm done with G, I'm done with R. I'm quickly going to repeat the alphabet R for you. I start by drawing a vertical line. Then I draw a curve and then again a top curve for R and the diagonal line. Then I just create a tiny circle portion over here to give a double outline. Okay, so we are done with G, we are done with R. Let's move to the next alphabet. Make sure that you're staying within the two lines only. Okay, so the next alphabet was O, and that was pretty simple, but quickly repeating it for you. We just draw a oval, a large oval, and then a smaller oval inside this. And a quick reminder again that we stay within these two lines only. Okay, you're staying within these two lines only, the horizontal line and the diagonal line. Moving to the last alphabet now, which is W. We draw the first half of W. And then the same thing on the other half. All right. So if you see, the word is grow, and I'm quickly repeating this alphabet W for you. So we start by creating the first half of W. We start by giving these two parallel lines and extend it upwards. Then we extend it downwards and then again go upwards. All right, so there we go. We have the word grow. So the word illustration here is grow. So we are going to illustrate this word grow. So now let us quickly understand the first part of this word illustration. Okay, so word illustration, as I said in the beginning of this class itself, is nothing but the art of drawing a word, art of illustrating a word in a way that the true meaning gets reflected in that illustration. So the meaning of the word grow, what is the meaning of the word grow in normal sense? It is something which is increasing, right? It is something which expands. That is nothing but grow. So that's the reason, if you see, even the alphabets of the word grow are increasing gradually. If you spot over here, the G is the smallest alphabet here, then the R and O and W. W is the largest alphabet, the tallest alphabet over here, and G is the smallest or the shortest alphabet over here. So that is how we catched the meaning of the word grow, and then we made it in a manner that the alphabets of the word are also gradually increasing. We are already done with the most important part of the word illustration class, that is creating the rough sketch. Now, as I said, the two lines are just for guidelines. You can just quickly go ahead and erase these two lines. You need not erase the alphabet. Make sure you're not erasing the alphabet. Just erase the two lines that we have drawn, because those were just for a guideline and we don't need them anymore. And now if you see the word, it is grow and the alphabets are growing. That's how it is. The word is grow, and the alphabets of the word are growing. That is how we catch the true meaning and reflected it in the illustration. Okay, so now it's time to add colors to this illustration and make it more lively. So let us begin. And for all of those who are using crayons, make sure you use the same shade. And for all those who are using paints and watercolors, you have to follow the exact technique that I'm using for you. Okay, so let's get started by adding colors. So just a very simple step. We're going to add water to the color brown over here, the brown paint over here. So in order to activate these watercolors, we need to add water into them. So I'm quickly adding water to the brown shade over here. That's the brown shade. Giving a closer look, it is the brown shade that I'm adding water to. So everybody who's not using paints, you can grab your brown oil pastel, oil crayons, wax crayons, plastic crayons, pencil colors, any shade of brown would work. So that's brown, and I'm having good amount of paint onto the brush. And then we just start by filling colors into the alphabet. It is as simple as that. Just fill color into the alphabet. Make sure that you're neat while doing that. Stay within the 2 lines of the alphabet only. All right. I'm just done with the alphabet J. I'm adding color to the alphabet J over here. If you feel that the colors are drying up, the paints are drying up, no need to worry. You can just go ahead and add water to the paint, because this is the normal tendency of watercolors that they dry too early. So just go ahead and add water with your brushes to the paint itself. Moving to the next one now, we are adding color to the alphabet R. And in case you're wondering that are we going to add the same color to all the alphabets, then yes, we are going to add the same color to all the alphabets. So just adding this brown color to the alphabet. Okay. So we are just done with this. And all of you all can also go ahead and add brown paint or a brown pencil color, oil pastel, crayon to your alphabet. So I'm adding color to the alphabet as well. Pretty simple, but the main aspect of this word illustration was to understand about how can we actually make a word illustration. Okay, so that is the first easy way that I gave of first understanding the meaning of the word and then depicting it in your illustration. All right. So just adding color to the alphabets, as I said, because half of our work is already done when we are done with the rough sketch. The portion of adding colors is just to make your artwork or illustration lively. Okay, so as I said, you all are already masters in adding colors and understanding the color schemes. So it's all about your gameplay now. So add colors to the alphabet. I'm going to start with W now. So the last alphabet over here. Grow. The word is grow. The alphabets are increasing as well. All right. So I hope that you're also along with me. You are on to the last alphabet. Okay. Make sure that you're neat enough while having colors and not moving outside these two double outlines, the two outlines that we have given to each alphabet over here. Awesome. So I'm just done with W. All right. So there's something more to be done now. Quickly clean your brushes, add it into the water, get rid of the brown paint, clean your brushes, because you know that the peculiarity of watercolors is that we need to clean brushes while we paint. We need to clean the brushes before we move on to the next color. If you're switching colors and you're using the same brush, for example, here we are going to go from brown to green. So before moving to the green paint, make sure that your brushes are clean enough and it is completely free of the brown paint that it has while creating the previous filling. So make sure that your brushes are clean now. And now the next color, as I said, was a green shade. I'm adding water to the green. So now you must be wondering, what are we going to do with the green? So for the first time, I want all of yours to just focus on the screens and see what I do with a green paint. Okay, so any shade of green would work, and that is what I'm going to do. For people using crayons, kindly hold, because I would be giving you another way or technique of creating the same thing. Here, I'm just creating these three stems and creating these tiny leaves with the help of the tip of the brush itself. Very tiny plant that I'm creating. There's no name of this plant. This is just something rough that I've created. Do not add too much, because the smallest word will have the least number of branches or the stems, I would say. So for example, now about the word, about the letter G, about the alphabet G, if we have 3 stems, for the next alphabet R, we have 4 stems. For the next alphabet O, we have 5 stems, and so on. Okay, so that is what we are creating. So everybody who's using crayons, what you can do is you all can add leaves. You all can draw leaves with the pencil, and then you all can color it nicely. Okay, that was for those who are using crayons. But for those who are using paints, you can just add these stems with the tip of the paint brush. Okay, so here I'm repeating it for all of you. First time we observed it on the screen, and now we all are going to create it along. So we take good amount of paint onto the brush. Any shade of green would work, light green, dark green, bottle green. Do not focus too much on it. Any shade of green would be fine. Draw 3 stems and just roughly give these tiny leaves with the tip of the brush. You need not even apply too much pressure. Just simply create these leaves. Moving on to the next alphabet, and this time, as you see, I'm drawing these 4 stems. Previously, we drew these 3 stems. Now I'm drawing 4 stems, because we are also depicting the meaning of the word. So the plant is also gradually growing. So earlier it was 3 stems, and now it is 4. And the next letter, the next alphabet O, we are going to have 5 of these stems. Okay. And as I said, for those who are using crayons, you can just roughly draw leaves with the help of pencil. Give an outline if you want, and then fill colors, or directly fill the colors if you want. And for everybody who's using paints, the technique is easy. Just use the tip of your brush and create tiny leaves. Or maybe, if I call it, just create these tiny dots, which would then look like leaves only. All right. So once done, the last alphabet, and for W, we are going to add these stems on both the areas, both the vertical lines of W that we have. We are going to add it on both of these. So once we are done from here, we are going to add the same stem and the leaf over here as well. Just a little bit of paint and then adding these dots which look like leaf only. Okay, I'm done. Once you're done with this area, I think it would be a good idea to add a little background. So I'm just going ahead, cleaning the brush again because I'm going to switch the color for the background. Just cleaning the brush with the water. I'm using a yellow ochre over here. Yellow ochre is the shade. In case you're not having yellow ochre, you can use a shade of brown itself. You can use a shade of yellow if you want. And just roughly, I'm going to give it a background. So this must be looking like a plant to you or like a tree to you, where the letters, the alphabets of the word are like the trunk of the tree and the top green portion are nothing but the leaves. Yes, so doesn't it look like a tree to you? And that's the reason why we chose this particular color scheme for depicting or for reflecting the tree portion itself. I'm just giving a rough background over here. If you could see, I'm not following any stringent steps, just around these alphabets. I'm giving this yellow ochre shade. In case you're not wanting to give this background, you can skip it. And in case you're not having yellow ochre, as I said, you can use a shade of yellow. Okay, I'm just done with the illustration. Just cleaning the brush before the color dries up. Just cleaning the brushes. And that was our illustration. If you carefully observe this illustration, the word is grow. I'm quickly repeating the core concept of word illustration for you. Okay, so pay attention to this. The word was grow. The meaning of this word is nothing but to expand. And that's the reason we caught that meaning and we wrote the word, the alphabet of the word in such a way that they are expanding. So the alphabet G is the smallest and the alphabet W is the largest or the tallest over here. And we depicted it in the form of a tree itself. So we painted the alphabets with brown shade which look like the trunk of the tree, and the top portion are nothing but the leaves. We ended up by giving a nice background to it, and that was it for this class. That is what we created in this class, and I hope that all of you all enjoyed this class, and I want all of you all to make your submissions for this class. Even if it is bad or if you think you're not satisfied with your artworks, I want all of you all to make your submissions. So that was it for today, and in the next class, we have an even more exciting word illustration where we would be learning a fundamental concept of word illustration. Like in this class, we understood how to make a word illustration, how to catch a meaning of the word. In the next class, I'm going to share yet another technique about how we can create a word illustration. And there's something really, really exciting for you in the next class. So make sure that you do not miss the next class, and you all are going to see me there in the next class. All right. Till then, please take care of yourself and keep enjoying all the hobby classes on Uolo. Alright, I'm quickly going now to check your submission. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Hi everyone, we are excited to have you here in today's fun-filled learning session at Uolo. Here is a quick look at how you can submit your work after the class. As a first step, go to live.uolo.com. You can use any browser to access this site. On this page, you will see a list of all our classes. Scroll down and you can see the Submit Your Work button. And then you will see a list of the classes that you've last attended, which could, for example, show the dance or craft or science experiment classes you've attended recently. Next, it will show you the list of children whose names are registered in this mobile number. Choose your name from this list to submit your work. For instance, if you are Satvik Kumar, choose that name. And then choose the class for which you would like to make your submission. For example, if you've attended the New Year's Masquerade Party session and you'd like to make the submission for this class, click on the Submit Your Work button below that. And then upload the photo you've taken. Choose the image from your phone and click Submit. You can scroll down and view all your past submissions and see how many of your friends or peers have liked your work. You can also see others' work and like their work to inspire your friends. If you want to showcase your work on social media, that too is very simple. Click on Share, copy the link and post it on Instagram or Facebook or any other platform of your choice. Just a tiny reminder, your submission looks a lot better if you could click a photo in the landscape mode rather than the portrait mode. Do not forget to tag us at Uolo_app. I'm eagerly looking forward to all your submissions